The beat has begun. It sounds loud, and in Nigeria, it's found its meaning. It's the sound of unity in diversity, melting into a new age, a digital and innovation age. It goes beyond our diversity. It's more about our dreams and how we can make it happen. Arise, the future is here. Welcome to our world. Welcome to Nitda. The National Information Technology Development Agency, Nitda, is Nigeria's foremost IT regulator, committed to implementing the National Information Technology Policy under the supervision of the Ministry of Communications. As a full-fledged agency, Nitda has a mandate to create a framework for the planning, research, development, standardization, application, coordination, monitoring, evaluation, and regulation of information technology practices in Nigeria. Nitda, as Nigeria's IT regulator, has left its imprints on almost all sectors of the Nigeria economy.
When I came on board, what I did for the first time, I think, is to critically review our mandate, look at its strength and even its weaknesses, look at the scope, look at the things that are realistic, look at the things that have been neglected. This is what I did actually. And after reviewing the mandate, I started consulting some selected stakeholders, particularly within the agency first. And later on I started contacting those outside the agency. For example, even during our e-Nigeria, I had a meeting with some selected stakeholders that attended the event and listened to their contribution, observations, and even constructive criticism on how to deliver.
Nitda, as part of its drive at promoting IT in Nigeria, has built well over 660 rural and knowledge access IT centers. In the aspect of human capital development, Nitda has helped build requisite capacities through trainings, grants, and scholarships. To date, it has awarded about 307 scholarships and trained over 100 physically challenged Nigerians in different areas of IT, while in the process helping to create jobs and employment. This is attested to by the Director General, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami.
Now IT becomes part and parcel of our life. It's an indispensable component of our life. Whether you like it or not, definitely you interact and you deploy IT even in your at least day-to-day activities. Because of this position of IT, you cannot run away from it. It is something that you have to adopt, employ, and use it. So that is why I think any agency that deals with information technology today in Nigeria is an agency that is very important to the nation.
In line with the implementation of its mandate, the agency oversees the development and deployment of information technology in Nigeria through human capital development, the provision of IT infrastructures, and creation of an enabling environment for the development of IT. This is to enable Nigeria to become a key player in the global knowledge-based economy.
IT is not a Nigerian thing, it's a worldwide thing, and we can't stay in-house here and say that we're developing the capacity that we require for us to run the IT mandate of the agency. We make sure that if need be for us to send staff outside the country to get them trained, we do that annually. And apart from that, within the country too, wherever we discover that we can actually get the necessary training, we send our staff, make sure that our staff are well trained to help us in actualizing the mandate of the agency.
We have a typical deployment of KAV in certain universities. For example, Enugu State University of Science and Technology. We just came back not quite long from Ekiti State University, where we commissioned our virtual library, which is made up of 100 PCs, with at least 4 Mbps of bandwidth, basically. And of course, the library tools and e-learning tools that are within there. Now, with the e-learning tools and access to internet, people get to get what they call early awareness. Because if you don't have an awareness, you wouldn't know 1 or 2 technologies are existing. Then from your awareness, now the creativity comes in now, because you know that this is done this way. Your creativity sets to tell you, why can't I do this way? And that's what we call innovation.
As a result of the dynamics of IT and multifaceted effects of its applications, a lot of Nitda initiatives are still ongoing, while some have been completed. In addition, Nitda hosts annual and periodic conferences, seminars and workshops to awaken the psyche of Nigerians to the appreciation and usage of emerging technologies. With the efforts of Nitda, internet usage and techpreneurship growth in Nigeria has become well appreciated globally.
We engage a lot of other agencies, regulatory agencies like ours, in achieving our mandate. We usually come together in the form of a workshop or conference where we discuss issues concerning the industry, and within the agency too, we relate with other departments in making sure that we achieve our mandate.
With these achievements, Nigeria has become an active player in the knowledge economy. From e-commerce to agriculture, e-governance, e-agriculture to e-health, e-education to security, tech innovation and enterprise, tourism, culture and entertainment, all now are well stimulated. Foreign direct investment has also grown. Contribution to the GDP is also growing, with potentials of taking over major sectors such as oil, agriculture and manufacturing.
If you look at the national IT policy that Nitda is implementing, we have 11 major pillars, including agric, health, education, human capital development, security, law enforcement, ICT infrastructure, IT population awareness, and so on.
Today, information technology is enabling the average Nigerian to carry out financial transactions, engage in online activities ranging from hotel reservations, airline bookings, payment for goods and services from the comfort of their homes or offices. Mr. Nasiru Tijani of Co-Creation Hub in Lagos is one of many Nigerian youths who have taken advantage of the growth of ICT to become entrepreneurs.
I have clients from not just Nigeria. I brand companies from outside Nigeria as well. It is big companies. Right now I'm working on something for Union Bank. I've done designs for Forbes. I've done a whole lot of designs, and I've done a lot.
Nasiru is not alone in this benefit of ICT impact in Nigeria. Osine Ehianosime developed the Crocodile browser that's today competing with Google, and Oscar Ekponimo, creator of Chobri. Both started with little or nothing, and today engaging people and running their own business.
The solution we provide, on one hand, helps the retailers efficiently manage and track those categories of products that are approaching the end of shelf life, and simultaneously we are able to map economically disadvantaged people or people who are interested in low-cost food products to those categories of products. How this started was in 2013. I developed a very skeletal version of it. It was more like an idea and concept, and it got some level of recognition from the International Telecoms Union. So I received an award for innovation from the UN Agency for ICT, that's the International Telecoms Union. And we got some kind of support and mentorship, including a small grant. So with that grant, we were able to further develop the product into what it is right now. We've done our valuation, and I would say our valuation is in the region of $750,000. at this point?
Crocodile Browser is an Android web browser that we designed to make up for the inefficiencies of Google Chrome on a low-end device. Well, on a low-end device, Google Chrome tends to take up a lot of memory, so it bogs down the whole phone, slows it down, and crashes most of the applications on the phone while it's running. So Crocodile Browser takes up a very little amount of space on the memory, so it's fast and doesn't bog down the phone.
Fueling this growth is the number of internet users, which has grown from about 1.5 million a decade ago to over 97.21 million, thereby making Nigeria top in internet usage in Africa. The number of smartphones in Nigeria has also jumped to over 48 million. This has contributed to the success of businesses and technology innovation platforms in the country, such as CC Hub, Idea Hub, Tinapa Software Cluster, Ikeja Computer Village, Abuja Social Good Hub, and much more. Today, Nitda is helping a lot of young innovators acquire global exposure, mentorship, and entrepreneurial skills.
Nitda is the clearinghouse of the federal government of Nigeria. Any MDA that intends to deploy IT must go to Nitda and look forward for clearance. And this is very important. And this is something that has been neglected. As long as you will be able to regulate the sector, then you will be able to at least improve local content, local content patronage, and at the same time you will be able to build your capacity.
Nitda is set up to implement the national IT policy, which was approved for the nation in 2001. A month after the approval of that policy, Nitda was established to implement the policy. And so Nitda is here to ensure the development and effective deployment of ICT in all sectors of our national economy in order to achieve sustainable development.
The Nigeria government, through the Ministry of Communication Technology, has developed a robust broadband plan to fast-track access to the internet and broadband diffusion to all parts of the country. This will enhance socio-economic growth under the SMART initiative, aimed at driving a smart digital Nigeria through capacity, job, and wealth creation, which are seen by many as the next revolution.
ICT must come to the rescue of Nigeria in the area of revenue generation, in the area of employment generation, in the area of wealth generation. In the extensive potentials that ICT development has for the development of this country, even countries like Ghana, like Rwanda, have made a lot of progress using ICT. So for me, ICT must be seen as the cash cow, of today's Nigeria and tomorrow's Nigeria.
ICT innovation has brought us change, changing the way business is done and the way economic and social development occurs in Nigeria. A major beneficiary of this ICT-powered innovation is the SMEs. Just as you'll find in other climes, small and medium enterprises play critical roles in growing economies. And in Nigeria, they are in tandem with technological innovation. SME in Nigeria is very huge, and its contribution to the country's GDP is significant. For the records, 48% of the country's GDP is generated from SME. There are 17 million registered SME operating in Nigeria, providing employment for 32 million Nigerians, protecting 84% of the labor force in the country. With ICT, the SMEs are innovating to grow their business and increase profitability. In order to achieve a sustained growth, many of the SMEs are adopting technology and innovations in no small ways.
The software we have also been able to provide creates efficiencies in organizations. We focused mainly in business solutions for organizations. By creating these cascading efficiencies in organizations, that also helps to provide what you may call quality jobs. Quality jobs for the economy, and that's something we're happy with.
In addition, one of the goals of Nitda is to develop globally competitive manpower in IT, and the agency is not resting on its oars to ensure a fulfillment of this goal and its mandate. Join us as we continue on this journey to making Nigeria a digitally enabled country.